This week on SailAway, we weigh anchor and say goodbye.
Say bon voyage. We'll see you later. You know, in like a couple years.
Kind of perfect sailing conditions right now, so it's gonna be good.
As we leave St. Martin and head back to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Hey Rivers, how long is it gonna take us to get there? One day? Hopefully not a full day. No, it's huge. Do you need help? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help.
A big shark lent some excitement to our fishing.
That's why it was so low.
And we settle in for some epic night sailing and life aboard a sailboat in motion.
Hang in there, Tortellini.
Getting to U.S. Virgin Islands. This will be the first time that we have returned to a place after we set off on this cruise, which gives us plenty of time to contemplate our journey and crossing a finish line of sorts.
Oh yeah, good boy, good boy.
We get checked in, and of course,
We get passage drinks.
Ever wish you could escape normal life and experience more of the world?
So meet me on that island.
well, we did just that. We sold everything we owned on dry land and sailed away.
Promise me that we'll sail away.
Now we are roaming the planet in search of new adventures and sharing it with you every week.
Just promise me that we'll sail away.
So hit subscribe and escape normal with us.
And I'll be yours forevermore.
Come on, it's just that little button down there. That's it. In many ways, it felt like we'd just arrived in St. Martin. However, with another extremely convenient trip to Isle Marine, we were all checked out.
A check of the passports and that little stamp.
Follow where they're going. So fast.
Zeke said goodbye to some friends, and sadly, so did we. There was time for one more big breakfast before we parted ways with our incredibly good friends on Cirrus, Rob, Adriana, Clancy, Augie, and Junie. We artfully tiptoed around any real discussion of when we might see each other again, as they prepared to leave their boat in the ABCs and head back to Australia for a couple years.
We just said our goodbyes to Cirrus.
So sad. Oh well, we'll see him again in Australia or something, somewhere else.
Maybe for an Atlantic passage.
Maybe.
Alright, I'm ready when you are. Leaving St. Martin. A little later in the day than we planned to, but that's alright. We're going to be getting in the morning no matter what, so it's really fun.
Say bon voyage. We'll see you later. You know, in like a couple years.
Bye, guys. I've said it before, but man, leaving other folks that we've gotten so close to is the hardest part by far. Sad to leave this place. Ready to get going as always, but man, such a cool spot. And of course it'd be like super beautiful today. The hills all look pretty, the water's gorgeous, it's super clear. And we've got kind of perfect sailing conditions right now, so it's gonna be good.
See you later, alligator. Don't forget your toilet paper.
Alright, by the time we get these sails up, I'll grab my compressor.
And with another nostalgic nod back at St. Martin and the winching of a few lines, we were sailing toward the finish line of our first lap of the Caribbean. After our first arrival in the USVI, sailing into very uncertain waters after a game-time decision 5-day passage from the Bahamas at the very beginning of the lockdowns, we were excited for a much different vibe this time around.
Look good? The sails look proper to you? Do you approve?
Okay, Rivers, how long is it going to take us to get there? One day? Hopefully not a full day.
No.
See you in 18 hours, St. Thomas.
Maybe 20.
Maybe 24.
Maybe later this week.
We'll get there. Guess what time it is?
I don't know. Am I supposed to really guess?
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
No, it's fish catching time.
Oh. I should have known.
I was thinking. I knew it was
Ronnie wants a fish.
I want to fish. And it is like 4:06. So you are correct. Well, as things happen on a boat, fishing has turned into a boat project. Our fishing rod holder is not in the right position for our fishing rod.
We don't know these things until we have the dinghy up all the way.
A newly repositioned grill was the reason for the repositioned fishing rod holder. And after a little precarious balancing on the stern and some very delicate handling of the screws, it was time to reel in some fish. Or so we planned.
Cool. Now let's catch tuna.
Yeah.
We've got something on the line. Yeah. What'd you say? Oh, is it big?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really big. No, it's huge. Do you need help? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help. It looks humongous.
I know.
I'm like, I mean, maybe it's not that big. Once it's at the top, it's not that big. Maybe it is. I can't tell. I know there's a shark after it. The shark is after it. Ah! Yeah.
Shit. That's why. That's why it was cool.
That's why it was so
cool.
That's crazy. Is it still fighting or is that, oh my gosh, there's like nothing left to it.
No. Well, you're welcome, shark. That was a big one.
It was a huge shark. I mean, that's why I was so worried about it. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I saw like a colored shape, but I thought I was seeing this fish.
Yeah.
And no, that was the shark behind me.
Yeah. Watch it, it will be our tuna.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time we ever got a tuna and then it's gone.
Okay, well, shark has a lot of pull.
Yeah. I don't know, it was a really cool experience.
I'll be mad if it was something good.
I'm sure it was. No, it does look like a tuna, doesn't it? It was a tuna! Smile!
And with that brush with tuna greatness, it was back to barracudas and sargassum. If there's one thing that passages give you time for, it's thinking. In this case, a lot of thinking about more than a year that had passed since we left the U.S. Virgin Islands. So many things happened in this first lap. The year was filled with a lot more long passages and a lot less island hopping thanks to entry restrictions due to COVID. There was much more stress and drama than we ever could have expected, but we still managed to stop at so many amazing islands and meet so many incredible people. It felt impossible that it all could have taken place in just 1 year. With a year like that behind us, it was hard to imagine what would take place in the year in front of us. Well, sun has gone down. So far, we've got a nice downwind ride. Really pretty night so far. Hopefully it stays this way. Tell us about your preparation tonight.
I bought tortellini and we're gonna do them. That's
Definitely need the gimbal today. That's that. That's dinner. Whoa! Hang in there, tortellini. Passage dinner. Cheese tortellini with pesto. Presto. Good morning. Getting toward the end of my second shift, so I think it's about maybe 5:30, going on 6. It's just been a long downwind sail all night long. We've been jibing back and forth so as not to go just dead downwind. Making pretty good time for light wind. Been doing anywhere from 4.5 to 7 knots. Wind's kind of been all over the place, anywhere from 12 knots to 20 or more. Had a few squalls try to sneak up on us from behind, and we were able to sail off on a beam reach and kind of run away from them. Yeah, it's downwind, so it's a little bit rolly, but it's been pretty pleasant for the most part. I'm looking forward to maybe another hour or two of sleep and then some coffee and getting to the U.S. Virgin Islands. This will be the first time that we have returned to a place after we set off on this cruise. Kind of cool. We'll get to go see all our favorite places and see what's changed after a year. Things are more open and a lot more going on. Well, I'm going to stop talking and show you guys some of this really pretty sunrise that's about to happen here. Peace.
Still got some way to go. It's beating down my soul. Never ending race. I feel that fire burn with every twist and turn. Feel the shake. And when the sun goes down, all the stars will shine. I will stand wherever I am.
6 a.m. So I should have started jibed again and are pointed slightly north of St. John now, so we'll probably have to do one more jibe, but at least we are headed in the right direction, and most likely we'll at least hit the US versions and not the British versions, so we should have no problem. That's my update. I'm pretty tired. Did not sleep in my first sleeping shift. I think it's just going downwind is unusual for us at this point, and I could not get into the rhythm of it. So I've had about 3 hours of sleep now. Oh well. Get a nice long nap when we get there.
Baby in her lap, the other baby's downstairs sleeping. Whew. Well, we are in the home stretch. We are looking at the British Virgin Islands right here. Yeah, just all the islands laid out here. USVI, St. John, and St. Thomas, where we're headed. And we're kind of worn out. One-day passages tend to be kind of exhausting, because obviously you get your sleep in fits and starts, and you're not used to being on shift yet, so you generally don't get very good sleep during your sleep shift. But I mean, nothing to complain about really. It was a downwind passage, so we were jibing long jibes downwind. Yeah, we got a few more hours here to get to Charlotte Amalia, and we are pointed right at it now, which is nice. Doing anywhere from 5 to 6 knots with just the main, so that's not too bad, and like 15 knots of wind at least, maybe a little more. Our knot meter's gunked up, so we're just going by GPS right now. Anyway, that's just our check-in, and things are going pretty well. How's your coffee and tablet?
Very good coffee. Tablet's just so that I can forget that we're 30 minutes away and I would be there now.
Yeah. We're getting close to shore. He doesn't believe me. Look at him. Zeke, we're getting close to shore. Nope. So I'll believe it when you put me in the dinghy. We're approaching Pervert Island on your right. Jeffrey Epstein's island. Infamous for obvious reasons. Getting so close. St. John's looking good. It's looking nice and green. So much sargasso everywhere. I wouldn't even consider trying to fish.
For a lot of people who have embarked on a Caribbean sailing adventure, especially if you're American, returning to the USVI can be a bit of a crossroads. If you've had enough and land life is calling, you can hitch a ride on the trade winds and be back in the States in a jiffy.
Preventer coming off. You know what that means.
Can't prevent anything from happening. All of our prevention. There wasn't a lot of prevention, really.
Or if you're like us, you can take a moment to pat yourselves on the back for accomplishing something pretty cool, while also realizing this was just the warm-up lap. Beyond a little more of the Caribbean, South America, Central America, ocean crossings, and much more are calling to us.
Zeke, what are you doing? Is that a fish?
Our adventure is far from over.
Have arrived. It is definitely raining, just for us. All the way here. Now it's raining on us while we anchor.
Oh yeah, good boy, good boy.
All right, just like that.
Damn.
You've been approved to enter the United States. It's good, because that's where we're from.
We're here.
Our freezer made ice. We crammed it so full, it didn't want to do anything.
Yeah. But that's good, because we get passage drinks.
This sounds a little silly, but I don't think I've seen margarita mix. Not that we do margaritas all that often at all, but we can. One delightful passage drink.
Tastes like a
That'll work for you?
margarita.
Cool.
Oh, that's really refreshing.
I want to watch TV.
We can watch TV.
Yeah, we're in that mode right now. Kid can get away with murder after a passage. And during, pretty much.
All right, we've had passage drinks, we've had lunch, we've had naps. Now it's time for the next American thing.
And cut to us at the Tap and Still Burger and Beer Joint.
$7 burger.
I know. We're tired. We're hungry, but not like starved. We're not enthusiastic enough. But we're plenty enthusiastic for a burger and a beer. The place kind of fit our mood tonight. We're back in an American place, and we're at a pretty darn American burger joint with a nice cool beer. Cheers! There we go.
How's your cheeseburger in paradise?
It has a fried egg, mushroom.
So it's good.
It's really good.
Cheeseburger in paradise. Cheeseburger in paradise.
How's your BLT in paradise? Nice. That was a big bite.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up, Buttercup. What's a buttercup? What's a buttercup?
A cool song.